Hi, Ed Zanetti, Brazilian Amazon, a Shakespearean tragedy. Yep, yes, it is. What's going on in Brazil right now? It is pretty much like Hamlet. So if you take Hamlet and put in the Brazilian Amazon instead, you see that we have a Shakespearean tragedy going on with the Amazon these days. Well, I will have this started by talking about the environmental reserves in Brazil. Huh? Uh, we have, money reserves, international reserves. They are around 400 billion US. So for Brazil, this is a cost because we keep this money, to use when there is an emergency, to use as a yeah, something that shelters us from international fluctuations in the economy and what else. But this money doesn't go into investments that are really necessary for a country that has so many poor people as we have, and unemployment and everything. So it has cost, and other countries in BRICS, for example, they are using those reserves to promote their sustainable growing. Well, there is an optimum level of reserves that we have to look into. So this thing, that is happening now in Brazil with people claiming, oh, the Amazon is ours to protect. It, this is about creating reserves, and we don't need reserves. That, our money reserves are already costing, and now we have environmental reserves to protect what? What they are protecting is land and water. That is what has we have plenty in the Amazon: fertile land, water, huh? A favorable climate for production. Everything else is a legend. Huh? It is create a mystic. People create a mystic of this Garden of Eden or the last frontier from humankind. This is the imaginary. You are being just a person that watch a lot of TV. The reality is that this is a land with vast fertile terrain and lots of water, and then this tropical sun. Is a land that needs to be uh, used to promote sustainable development in Brazil. So in this Hamlet Shakespearean tragedy, uh, that there's this issue about the Norway interest in the terrain. Just look at the coincidence. So Norway has an interest on this Hamlet kingdom, yeah, and then there is this corruption and betrayal and everything else that goes on within the palace to try to take the crowd from Hamlet. So that's what's happening in Brazil. The international community holds interest on that, said we want this to be preserved. And then you have the national interests here that said, no, this is our reserve. They have the same situation. If you look at the all other states in Brazil, you take the Amazon out, everyone has around 5% of environmental reserves at their land. In the Amazon, we have 95. So it's not their reserves. They say, these people, those 35 million people that are in the Amazon region, in the northern region of Brazil, they will be holding my reserves, but that has a high cost. A high cost. I would say at least two, three times the amount of we have on assets on our international reserves. At least three times is what we pay for keeping the Amazon as our environmental reserve, and this is based on a mystic, which is not real. Okay, well, what needs to be done? We have to stop this hypocrisy. Those Pharisees, they are really, uh, they can really cause damage. You see, every place else in the country has, it does not have any environmental reserve that goes in average above 10,000 hectares. This is the largest one. And in average, 95% of each state into this country has private property. Hmm? Only 5% are environmental reserves. In the Amazon, we have 5% of private property and 95% of environmental reserves. So it is an hypocrisy to say that, the Amazon is ours. You're just using it, just as the international community is interested on doing. For the people that the population that lives over there, this is a cost. And you say you have to pay the costs, whatever. So this dispute for the Hamlet crowd of the Amazon has to stop. That there is no crowd. Yeah. It is an illusion. There is no Amazon. We have to give this area, this geographical area, back to municipalities. There are over 500 municipalities in the Brazilian Amazon alone, and we can have 5,000. So we should give this terrain, this area, back to the municipalities. They should be the ones that are taking care of that. No? Not the international community, not the national community. This should be for the municipals, the citizens that live and strive over there.